Hey everyone, we are Leen and Wim, a couple from Belgium. We have set out on an epic cycling journey from Belgium all the way down to the southern tip of Spain, over 2,750 kilometers in 32 days. Join us in our video diary as we ride through stunning landscapes, tackle challenges and experience all the surprises along the way. Subscribe and hop on for the ride of a lifetime.
Ahoy, mateys.
I retreat to my little galley to prepare a hearty breakfast for my sailor and me, bacon and eggs. We savor every bite, knowing the coming days of wild camping will offer much simpler meals.
De vorige dag was er code geel afgekondigd. En hoewel dat er heel veel regen is gevallen, hebben we toch geen storm op zee gehad. Ja, kanaal. En we hebben best goed geslapen en we zijn niet zeeziek geworden. Of ja, kanaalziek.
We follow the cycling path running alongside the canal where our sleeping barge had been moored. Between Arkennes and Senef, we glide along a smooth 5-kilometer stretch of the RAVeL 141 trail. This path, once an old railway, was a vital link between Walloon villages and towns in the 19th century. Back then, when Belgium was bustling with growth, the train was a pinnacle of modern transport, playing a crucial role in connecting people and fueling economic activity. With the rise of cars and buses in the 20th century, the railway fell into decline. The line between Nivelles and Senef was abandoned, left to the elements. Yet, from its ashes, something new emerged. RAVeL 141. We reach the Canal Bridge of Sart, an engineering marvel of extraordinary proportions. Towering over a deep valley, this concrete colossus is part of Belgium's intricate canal network. Cycling across its immense expanse feels surreal, as if we are floating on a ribbon of water suspended in the sky. far from here we encounter another feat of human ingenuity, the boat lift of Strépy. Rising from the landscape like a giant, this steel and concrete structure bridges two waterways in a way that is as fascinating as it is surreal. The lift resembles an oversized escalator for boats, as if a stretch of canal were tilted upright. Ships glide into a vast basin, which is then hoisted skyward or lowered gently, water and all, like an elevator on an epic scale. We paused at picnic tables nearby, hoping to see the lift in action, but during our short break, no boats arrived to break the silence.
Of de route naar Tarifa korter had kunnen zijn? Ongetwijfeld. Als we meer gekozen hadden voor verharde wegen in plaats van onverharde paden, zou dat zeker en vast het geval geweest zijn. Maar die keuze voor onverharde paden was wel heel erg bewust gemaakt. We wilden namelijk dicht bij de natuur zijn en zoals met zoveel dingen in het leven kan een omweg al wel eens de moeite waard zijn.
Ondertussen zaten we op dag 3 en alles ging eigenlijk wel voor de wind. We hadden nog geen materiaalpech gehad, we waren nog niet gevallen. Ja, ideaal eigenlijk.
We descend along a lovely little path lined with thorn bushes and nettles. It's so beautiful here, Wim says, though it feels like the nettles are out to get me. It doesn't take long for the path to confirm his suspicions. Barely a moment later, we both lose our balance, slipping on a slick rock. We assess the damage, which thankfully seems minor. Apart from a few scratches and some dislodged panniers, everything is fine. We dust ourselves off and ride on, laughing at our shared tumble. Lunch finds us among the vineyards, where grapevines have replaced the apple and pear orchards of the previous day. The change in landscape signals our proximity to France. Just 8 kilometers separate us from the border, where vineyards will reign over the landscape. Crossing into France is almost anticlimactic. No sign, no marker, just a faint grey line on our bike computers marking the border. We celebrate the milestone with a small piece of candy, modest as we are. A little further on I spot a thermos nestled in a hollowed stone by the roadside, perhaps once a small chapel. Curious, I stop to investigate. The thermos contains water, though the insects floating inside suggest it has been there a while. My own bottles are nearly empty, but I decide to pass. Thankfully, we soon reach a village where we can restock our supplies. After covering 90 kilometers, we begin searching for a place to camp. As we cycle along a quiet stretch of road, we spot a small group of older men standing by the roadside. Taking a chance, we stop to ask if they know of a spot where we could set up for the night. To our delight, one of them, a friendly man named Philippe, steps forward with a smile and offers us a place on his land. Philippe leads us to a small field directly across from his farmhouse, nestled in a peaceful corner with a lovely view of the valley below. The setting couldn't be more idyllic. The soft golden light of the late afternoon bathes the surrounding landscape, and we feel a wave of relief knowing we'll be spending the night in such a welcoming spot. As we unload our gear, I notice the first sign of trouble with our equipment. My backpack has developed a tear. It is a small but significant issue since a tear renders the bag no longer waterproof, an important feature for any touring cyclist. Wim, ever resourceful, takes out some tarp and duct tape and gets to work. In just a few minutes he has patched it up and the bag is as good as new, or at least functional enough to keep us going. With our camp set up, we cook and enjoy a simple dinner as the sun begins its slow descent. Just as we are finishing up, Philippe appears again, this time with a bottle of water for us. We thank him for his generosity and he lingers for a chat. He tells us that before the day fully gives way to night, he plans to head out on his bike for a little adventure of his own. Philippe explains that he often cycles to a nearby forest to spot wildlife, something of a tradition for him. As he talks, his enthusiasm is infectious. He shares stories of the animals he's encountered there and predicts that tonight he'll most likely come across wild boars. Though in the bright daylight we hadn't given much thought to what might stir among the trees after dark. As Philippe pedals off towards the woods, we take a moment to soak in our surroundings. The field is tranquil, the valley stretching out in soft shadowy hues as dusk settles in. The kindness of a stranger, the gentle rhythm of the day and the promise of restful sleep under a starlit sky leave us feeling deeply content.